Can we talk about one thing? Is what do they mean that they want their country back or they're losing their country? What does that mean?
I love this.
What does that mean?
I love this. It's a very common Republican refrain, and maybe not Republican, but very Trumpist refrain.
Okay.
And now endemic to the Republican Party because
What's the
Trump
difference
is
between a
Republican
Trump
Party.
supporter and a Republican? What party are Trump supporters a part of?
I couldn't tell you. I think.
I mean, are they voting independent
No,
or are they
they're
voting?
Republican.
So I'm confused.
Yeah,
Why are
they're
we not
Republican.
calling what they are what they are?
I think a lot of Republicans wouldn't agree with all of Trump's policies.
But you agreed enough to vote for him.
Exactly.
So you're under that banner.
Yeah. So you're Trump. Yeah, I think I would call you a Trump supporter. You're a Trump supporter.
You support.
You literally support Trump.
You voted for him to be president. You supported him.
Yes.
You are a Trump
If
supporter.
you vote for Trump, you are pro-Trump. You're a Trump supporter. If you vote for Biden, you're pro-Biden. You're a Biden,
Biden
supporter.
supporter.
Unless you voted in some kind of weird like game theoretic aspect where you want to like hedge your bets or something, most likely you supported that person, right? So let's keep it a buck. What are we talking about?
We're talking about our country.
Yes, our country. Oh, I love this. They say let's go back to the good old days, right? The
For
Reagan
who?
days. The Reagan days, right?
Reaganomics
Reagan.
was horrible for
Right?
people like us.
People have this fantasy, especially in the Republican Party, right?
Yeah.
And again, I'm generalizing, but a lot of Republicans think this. I'm saying Republicans because Democrats don't really think this that much, right? For the most part. Right? Let's go back to the good old days, right?
Mhm.
Before, and what does that mean, right? The days where we didn't talk about politics and sports or race or whatever, right? The days where you can control a black man's right to vote, black woman's right to vote, right? The
Women's
days where you can
reproductive
control,
rights. Just
the days where you as a white male
mhm.
or a white person in general had more power than you do now, relatively. Yeah. Those are the good old days. Let's keep it up. When you say that, when you say make America great again, right?
Great again for who, bro?
Exactly. Because it wasn't great for us back then. I will tell you for 100%, it was not great
Yo,
for us.
I
back
would.
then.
People always ask me, like, I remember when I was in high school once. They're like, "Hey, if you could live in any time, when would you live?" I'm like, "Well, I'm
Now.
kind of limited between like the '90s and beyond.
Yeah,
Who the fuck I want to live in 1964 as a black?
yeah.
It's dumb."
The county I live in right now, Forsyth County, Georgia, right, was not integrated
Until like 99, 94.
until like early 90s.
Yeah.
Right. So if you ask me, let's make America great again, and you go before that time period, you understand that I will never. I will just like there's a block, right? There's a block. I can't agree with you.
Yeah.
It wasn't great for
Who
me.
was it great for?
Yeah.
It wasn't great for people like us. And that's my issue is, people say America needs to come together. We will not be able to come together until people who don't look like us, and not just us, Indian Americans, Hispanic Americans, Native Americans, till basically just white folks realize that this country has not always been kind to
Yeah.
all of us.
Exactly.
It was not great for all of us. When you say make this country great again, you're being selfish. You're not keeping us in account of
Yeah.
this greatness. And you know what? I'm a fair man. By all means, if that's how you feel, keep it 100.
Exactly.
But
It's
I want you
rational.
to say, I don't like Mexicans. I don't like blacks. I don't like anyone who isn't white, and anyone who isn't white deserves to live a lower quality in life than me. That's all I want you to say. That's all. Like you.
When you unpack that,
That's I don't care.
implication.
That's my thing. I don't care what you believe. Don't lie about what
Don't
you
lie.
believe.
Don't
I
be
will tell you
inconsistent.
about what I believe readily, and I will believe it. Just tell me that you believe in making America great again. Right now, white people do not share the same power that they used to have, and we want that power back again. And if that is at the cost of other people,
So be it.
fuck those people. That's all I want them to say.
Here's another
Stop
thing
with
as
the
well.
dilly dally.
Another thing as well, on that exact same topic you're talking about, the unity piece, right?
Yeah.
I hear a lot of, especially white Americans, and sometimes black Americans too.
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, let's just let's just focus on unity, right? Let's just get past
What the
this,
fuck
right?"
is that about?
Here's my biggest issue with that, right? If you have a problem, right?
Yeah.
If you don't address the problem,
How you find a solution?
right? If you don't address the problem, expose it, acknowledge that there is a problem,
Yeah.
understand the problem,
Yeah.
then you can heal and unify. We have not understood the problem. We have not acknowledged the problem. We're
Mhm.
still getting there.
Yeah, we're working. on
Right?
it.
So you can't just skip that. It's like if you were to go to the doctor, right? You broke your arm. The doctor's like, "All right, time to start rehab." Like, my arm is still
what
broken.
happened? Yeah. No. It's even before that. If you go to the doctor and you have a pain, no, not even you have a pain. You can't walk.
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, "Hey, here's 2 shots of epinephrine, which is adrenaline." I don't know why I said that, but yes.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "But how is that gonna fix my leg?
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, you'll be able to walk still
feel
because
better.
the adrenaline is gonna
Yeah.
keep you walking, but your leg's still gonna be broken. He's like, well, how's my leg gonna heal? I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if your leg. I don't know what the issue is.
Yeah.
And I don't really care. I just want you to keep on walking. We need to fix the issue, right? Because not only is it dangerous if your leg is actually broken
Yep.
and you don't take care
It'll
of
get
it,
worse. Yeah.
if it doesn't heal correctly, you're walking with a limp now for the rest of your life. And I think right now
We have a big limp.
we have a big limp in our country,
and it cracks
right?
more. The bone cracks more.
And the thing is, it comes back to a video I think I made with you earlier, is not all white people are bad, right?
No.
Like I say, there are white people and you know exactly who you are, and there are people who happen to be white.
Yeah.
There are people in this country who are like, yeah, man, I think everybody deserves a right to have they don't I have a buddy named Will, and I was telling Will, like, yeah, man, back when I was growing up and my dad was like looking for jobs, they wouldn't hire him. And he was like, oh, why wouldn't they hire him? I'm like, I mean, we lived in the South and he was black. He's like, but your dad can do the work. And I'm like, yeah, man, but this is America. He's like, what do you mean? Like, there are some people in this country, and it's a beautiful thing, that don't understand the idea of not allowing someone because of what they look like. It's a very beautiful thing to me.
Yeah.
And I think that although they shouldn't live in ignorance, they should be able to keep on with that mentality of everyone is allowed to do the same things as everyone else.
And those are people that once you educate and let them know that it actually isn't that way, they're like, oh wow, this is messed up.
Yeah, and they'll work harder, or they'll do their best to make sure that the right person gets into the right positions and things like that.
Yeah.
But then there are people you tell and they're like, I don't want to hear that. What are you talking about? Black people have the same opportunity. If you think that African Americans have the same opportunities as white people in this country, I will say this to you, and you can come fight me about it. You are dumb. You are absolutely dumb. You black African Americans within this country do not have the same opportunity structure as white Americans in this country.
Yep.
It's just not true.
We've been thinking about this one for a while.
Look at redlining. Look at all. There were legal. I have this book, and I might link it in the bottom. But it said that there were actual policies for when we started moving out of cities into suburbs that said people wanted to get loans to build housing developments, and it says, do not sell to African Americans. And you and I both know that owning a home is one of the fastest ways to wealth in this nation.
Owning property.
So if you look at me and you look me dead in my eye and you tell me that African Americans have had the same opportunities as white Americans, I will punch you in your fucking mouth. And that's on God.